My girlfriend said, "Then we're done." I replied, "Okay, we're done, just like you demanded now." Then I changed the locks, boxed up her things, blocked every account, and I just watched as her fake legal threats, GoFundMe scheme, and criminal charges started crashing down around her. Welcome back to Family Tales. In today's story, we explore what happens when a girlfriend demands full access to her boyfriend's bank accounts and then tries to punish him when he says no. As you listen, notice the moment where you would have walked away. I am 32, and up until a few weeks ago, I was living with my girlfriend Melissa, who is 29. We had been together for about 18 months and living together for 6. Saturday morning, I was sitting at the kitchen table going through work emails when Melissa walked in holding her phone like it was evidence. "We need to talk," she said, yanking out the chair across from me. I closed my laptop. "Okay, what is up?" She slid her phone across the table. On the screen was some relationship article about financial transparency in modern relationships. The headline said something like, "Why couples who share everything last longer." "I have been thinking," she said. "We have been together long enough. It is time we combine our finances. I want access to your bank accounts." I blinked. "Access to my accounts? Why?" "Because that is what serious couples do," she said. "Tanya and her boyfriend share everything. Total transparency, that is real trust." "Mel," I said, "we split bills fairly. You know what I earn." "What is this really about?" Her jaw tightened. "It is about you hiding things from me. What are you spending money on that you do not want me to see?" "I am not hiding anything," I said. "My finances are my business, just like yours are yours." She stood up, hands on her hips. "So you do not trust me," she said. "This is not about trust," I replied. "It is about boundaries." "Boundaries," she repeated, laughing in that cold way. "We live together, we sleep in the same bed, but your precious bank account is off limits." "Yes," I said simply. "It is." Her face went red. "Then we are done," she snapped. "If you cannot trust me with your money after 18 months, this relationship is going nowhere." This was the moment she turned a conversation into an ultimatum. A lot of people throw out "we are done," expecting the other person to back down. Sometimes the real surprise is when they do not. I looked at her. I knew this move. She did it when she demanded I skip my brother's bachelor party. She did it when she insisted I stop playing basketball with my friends on Sundays. Most times I caved, not this time. "Okay," I said. "We are done then." The silence sat between us for 10 long seconds. Her mouth opened and closed. "You are serious," she said. "You are really going to throw away our relationship over this?" "You gave me an ultimatum," I said. "I am not giving you access to my accounts. By your logic, we are done." "Derek, do not be ridiculous. I was just trying to." "You said we are done if I do not give you access. I am not giving you access." "It is pretty straightforward." She snatched her phone off the table. "This is so typical," she said. "You never want to commit fully." "Sharing bank accounts after 18 months is not commitment," I said. "It is premature, and it is concerning that you are this insistent about it." She stormed out of the kitchen. I heard drawers slamming in the bedroom, then the front door. About 20 minutes later, I pulled out my phone and changed the lock code on my front door. Smart locks have never felt so smart. Then I blocked her number. If we were done, we were done. Within an hour, messages started coming through Facebook Messenger instead. "Baby, please, let's talk about this. You are overreacting. I did not mean it like that. At least unblock my number so we can discuss this like adults." I did not respond. Instead, I went to the gym. Then I grabbed lunch with my buddy Tom, who had been through something similar. "She really thought you would just hand over your banking info," he said, shaking his head. "Apparently," I said. "And it is not like she is broke. She makes decent money." "It is not about money," he said. "It is about control. My ex started the same way, wanted passwords to everything, then got mad when I would not add her to my credit cards." Control that hides behind the word trust is still control. That is a red flag many people wave off at first. That evening around 7, the doorbell rang. I opened my camera app. Melissa was on the porch, clearly crying, mascara streaked down her cheeks. I did not open the door, I used the intercom. Melissa, we are done, I said. You made that clear this morning. Derek, please, she said, looking up at the camera. I did not mean it. Can we just talk? There is nothing to talk about, I said. You can pick up your stuff tomorrow. I will box it up and leave it outside. You changed the lock code, she said. Yes, I said. I did. This is my home too, she said. Actually, it is not, I replied. The lease is in my name. You are not on it. She started sobbing harder. Where am I supposed to go? She cried. That is not my problem anymore, I said. You ended this relationship, remember? I was just upset, she said. I did not really mean we were done. Then you should not have said it as an ultimatum, I said. She stayed there another 10 minutes, going back and forth between crying and yelling at the door. I put on noise-canceling headphones and went back to my work. 2 days later, Sunday morning, I kept my word. I boxed up all of Melissa's things. Clothes, toiletries, books. That crystal collection, she said, brought positive energy into the relationship. I put everything on the porch at 10, then texted her from my work phone that she had until 6 to pick it up. She arrived at 10:30 with her sister Nicole and Nicole's husband Brad. Nicole crossed her arms as soon as she got out of the car. You seriously locked her out over a conversation, she said. She gave me an ultimatum, I said, standing in the doorway. I accepted her terms. She did not mean it literally, Nicole said. Then she should not have said it literally, I replied. Brad stayed quiet, loading boxes into their SUV. He looked like he wanted to be anywhere else. Melissa tried a softer tone. Derek, can we please talk inside, she asked, privately. No, I said. You wanted access to my private information. I said no. You said we are done. I am respecting your decision. Stop saying that, she snapped. You know that is not what I meant. What did you mean then? I asked. I just wanted to feel like we were really together, she said. Like a real couple. Real couples do not demand access to each other's bank accounts under threat of breakup, I said. Nicole chimed in again. God, you are such an... She muttered. She deserves better. Then this works out perfectly for everyone, I said. They finished loading the car. As they were about to leave, Melissa turned around one last time. You are going to regret this, Derek, she said. You will never find someone who loves you like I do. I am willing to take that chance, I said. That night, it went online. Monday morning, I woke up to 73 notifications on Facebook. Melissa had posted a long rant about me, tagging mutual friends. When you give someone 18 months of your life and they throw you on the street because you wanted to build a future together, she wrote. Derek is a narcissistic sociopath who locked me out of my home with no warning. Ladies, this is what happens when you date a man who values his money more than your relationship. I am homeless because I asked for basic trust. Some of her friends called me trash in the comments. Others said the usual men are awful stuff. But some people did not buy it. Wait, one person wrote. He locked you out for wanting to share finances, another. Didn't you tell me last month you wanted to quit your job once you moved in with him? Then her coworker Janet commented, Girl, you were at the club Thursday talking about his savings account. That last comment vanished quickly, but not before people screenshotted it. Mutual friends started texting me asking for my side. I kept it short. She demanded access to my bank accounts or we were done, I wrote. I chose done. The apartment lease is only in my name. Monday afternoon, I got a call from the apartment office. Mr. Thompson, this is Sandra from leasing, she said. We had a young woman here claiming she was illegally evicted from Unit 4B. That would be my ex-girlfriend, I said. She has never been on the lease. We checked, Sandra said. Just wanted to let you know we told her she has no legal standing here. Around 6 that evening, my phone rang. Derek, what is going on? Melissa's mom asked. Melissa is hysterical. Hi, Mrs. Patterson, I said. Melissa demanded access to my bank accounts and said we were done if I did not agree. I did not agree. There was a long pause. She demanded access to your bank accounts, she repeated. Yes, ma'am, and said it was that or we were over. Another pause. And you have only been dating 18 months, she said. Yes, ma'am, she sighed. Derek, I am sorry, she said. That is not how I raised her, though I have to ask, where is she staying? I do not know, I said. She said we were done. I asked her to collect her things. I see, her mom said. Well, she will land on her feet, she always does. The way she said that made it clear this pattern was not new. Boundaries around money are often where people show their real character. Notice who respects no and who hears challenge accepted. The next week was quiet on my end but busy on hers. Wednesday, I got a Venmo request from Melissa for $28.47. The note said, "For my portion of rent, utilities, and emotional damages for illegal eviction." I declined and blocked her. Thursday, she tried Zelle for the same amount. Blocked. Friday, Nicole texted me from her number. "Melissa needs that money to get a new place," she wrote. "It is the least you can do after making her homeless." "Melissa ended our relationship," I replied. "She is not homeless. She has a job and family. Please do not contact me again." Saturday morning around 9, I heard noise in the hallway. I looked through the peephole. Melissa was there with a guy I did not know. He was trying to slide a card into my door like he was in an old movie. "I have you on camera," I called through the door. "Leave now or I am calling the police." The guy jumped back. "Mel, I am not getting arrested for this," he said, already heading for the stairs. "I have rights," she shouted through the door. "I lived there." "No, you do not," I said. "You are on camera attempting to break in. You have 10 seconds to leave." She followed him down the stairs, but not before yelling, "This is not over." Sunday afternoon, my landlord called, not the office. The owner, Mr. Garrison. "Derek, I received a letter from someone claiming to be Melissa Patterson's attorney about an illegal eviction," he said. My stomach dropped. "Mr. Garrison, she was never on the lease," I said. "She stayed there as my girlfriend." "I know," he said. "I checked your file." "But I need to ask, did she receive mail there? Did she have keys?" "She had the door code," I said. "Some mail came here, yes, but the lease is only mine." "Okay," he said. "Please email me any documentation about the breakup. Do not worry too much. She has no case, but I need to respond." I sent him screenshots of her ultimatum, her Facebook post calling me a sociopath, and the messages. Monday morning, I got a call from a restricted number. "Mr. Thompson," a man said. "This is James Wheeler from Wheeler and Associates. I represent Miss Patterson in the matter of her unlawful eviction from your residence." "Mr. Wheeler," I said, "Miss Patterson was never a tenant. She was my girlfriend. She ended the relationship. I asked her to collect her belongings. She did." "She claims she was a resident who paid rent," he said. "She never paid rent," I replied. "We split groceries and some bills like couples do. I have bank records showing no rent payments from her." "She has receipts showing she contributed to household expenses," he said. "Buying groceries does not make you a tenant, counselor," I said. "The lease is only in my name. She ended the relationship with an ultimatum about accessing my bank accounts. I have that in writing." There was a pause. "Bank accounts," he said. "Yes," I said. "She demanded access to my accounts or we were done. I chose done." Another pause. "I see," he said. "We will be in touch." He hung up. I called my friend who is an actual lawyer. "She has nothing," he said after I explained. "At best, she was a guest you allowed to stay. When she ended the relationship, you revoked permission. The ultimatum in writing is very helpful." The next day, Janet, the coworker who had commented on Facebook, messaged me on Instagram. "Hey Derek," she wrote. "We do not really know each other, but I wanted you to know Melissa has been planning something like this for months. She kept talking about how once she got access to your accounts, she would move money gradually to protect the relationship or something. Thought you should know in case she tries anything legal." I screenshotted that and thanked her. Wednesday, I got another call from James Wheeler. "Mr. Thompson," he said. "My client is willing to resolve this matter for $5,000. "Resolve what matter?" I asked. "There is nothing to resolve." "The unlawful eviction suit," he said. "She is prepared to file." "Tell your client no," I said. "Actually, wait. What is your bar number?" Silence. "I will have to get back to you," he said and hung up. I did a quick search. There was no Wheeler and Associates law firm in our state. There was a James Wheeler, though. He was a personal trainer and a friend of Melissa's on social media. I called my lawyer friend again. Her lawyer is fake, I said. That is actually a crime, he said. File a police report for fraud and harassment. Now, so I did. I gave the police everything. The doorbell videos, the fake lawyer calls, the screenshots. 2 weeks later, the police followed up. Turns out James cracked as soon as they confronted him. He admitted Melissa had promised him $500 from a settlement if he pretended to be her lawyer. He was charged with criminal impersonation and unauthorized practice of law. Melissa was charged with conspiracy to commit fraud. When someone is willing to fake a whole lawyer to scare you, that is no longer relationship drama. That is straight into illegal territory. Then she went nuclear online. Last Monday, my phone started blowing up at work. Check Facebook, my coworkers texted. Now. Melissa had started a GoFundMe titled, "Help me escape my abusive ex who made me homeless." The story there was wild. According to her, I was financially abusive. I isolated her from friends and family. I threw her onto the street, and I even hired people to stalk her. She needed $10,000 to start over and get therapy. She put up photos of herself crying, old pictures of us where she had edited my face darker. There was even a photo of bruises that looked like bad makeup. Her total raised was $127, all from her mom and Nicole. Then Janet stepped in again. She commented with screenshots of Melissa's old texts bragging about her plan to secure the bag by getting access to my accounts. She added screenshots from their group chat where Melissa wrote, "Once I get his banking info, I will know exactly how much I can take him for. He has at least 40K saved lol." The GoFundMe was taken down in 3 hours. Later, Melissa's mom called me again. "Derek," she said, "I owe you an apology. I had no idea how far this went." "It is not your fault," I said. "It is not the first time," she sighed. "Her ex before you, Marcus, went through something similar." She demanded his credit card for emergencies, maxed it out, then called it financial abuse when he canceled it. "Are you serious?" I asked. "He moved to another state to get away from her," she said. "He eventually got a restraining order. I should have warned you when you started dating. I hoped she had grown up." Sometimes the pattern was there long before you. You just did not get to read the earlier chapters. A few days later, I was served with legal papers, not from Melissa, from her own side. She was suing me for defamation because my police report hurt her chances with future employers. My real lawyer laughed when he saw it. "She is suing you for defamation over a report about crimes she actually committed that are on video," he said. "This will be dismissed. Let us counter-sue for harassment and legal fees." Friday was the court date for her criminal charges. I did not have to attend, but the prosecutor told me what happened. She came in dressed like she was going to a club, tried to flirt with the judge, who was a 67-year-old woman, blamed everything on bad advice from Nicole. It did not go well. She got 40 hours of community service and 6 months probation for fraud conspiracy. James got 100 hours, a year of probation, plus fines. The defamation suit against me was dismissed. My counter-suit for fees is moving forward. My lawyer thinks she will end up owing me $3,000 to $4,000, and then something unexpected happened. I was in the grocery store, standing in the produce section, when someone said, "Derek." I turned around. It was a woman I had never seen before. "Yeah," I said. "I am Rebecca," she said. "I wanted to say thank you." "For what?" I asked. "I was about to go on a date with a guy Melissa tried to set me up with. Her friend James," she said. "When I looked him up, I found news articles about the fraud case. It led to your situation. You saved me from getting involved with them." We talked for a bit. She seemed normal in the best possible way. She is a data analyst, likes hiking, and has a golden retriever named Chunk. We grabbed coffee. We are having dinner tomorrow. Meanwhile, from what I hear, Melissa is living with her mom, working part-time at a mall kiosk selling phone cases, banned from GoFundMe, and telling everyone she is taking a break from dating to focus on herself. Nicole's husband, Brad, filed for divorce after all of this. He reached out to me to apologize for not speaking up that day at my place. I told him no hard feelings. We have all stayed too quiet around the wrong people at some point. Looking back, it is almost simple. All she had to do was accept that I was not giving her access to my bank accounts. She could have accepted it. She could have broken up normally. Instead, she made an ultimatum, tried to force control, escalated into lies and fraud when she did not get her way, and now she has a criminal record, owes legal fees, and lost her job. I still have my apartment. My savings never moved. I have my job, my peace of mind, and maybe a new connection with someone who seems genuinely kind. Lesson 1. Demanding full access to a partner's money as a test of love is not trust. It is control. Lesson 2. When someone makes the relationship conditional on you giving up your boundaries, believe them and take them seriously. Lesson 3. You can share a home and a bed and still keep your finances private. Privacy is not the same as secrecy. Lesson 4. Ultimatums often reveal a person's true intentions. If you accept the breakup they threaten, you may save yourself from much bigger damage later. Lesson 5. Escalating to lies, fake lawyers, and fraud is not drama. It is a sign you are dealing with someone who does not respect the law or your safety. Lesson 6. You are allowed to walk away the first time someone tries to make your bank account the price of staying loved. What would you have done in Derek's place once she demanded full access to his accounts? And have you ever had a partner use trust as a reason to cross your boundaries, especially about money? Share your stories and thoughts.